Hi, my name is Trisha Kong and matrix number 67957. Today me and my group will be presenting and discussing on an article which is Rogers versus Kuhn, a court case of copyrights and fair use. So the issue begins with black and white photo of a woman and a man sitting with their arms full of puppies. So this photograph is taken by Roger until Kunz found out this picture and he told his artisan to sculpt a sculpture according to the photo, entitled the sculpture The Strings of Puppies, and sold for 367,000 US dollar. So when Rogers found out, he sued Kunz for copyrights, but then Kunz claimed a fair use by parody of the photo. And this is from my part. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Daniel Koh and my metric number is 65717. And for my part, I'll be continuing the introduction for the part 2. Art Rogers is a professional photographer and he took a black and white photo of a man and a woman with their arms full of puppies. And with Jeff Koons, they are an internationally known artist found the picture on a postcard and wanted to make a sculpture based on the photograph for an art show on the theme of banality of everyday items. However, Art Rogers had sued Jeff Koons on 3 October 1991. This is because Jeff Koons had used Art Rogers' photograph as a reference for his sculpture, and therefore this case was took in the United States Courts of Appeals for the Second Circuit. Thank you, and that's all from me.
Hello, my name is Lee Wen Singh, metric number 66448. For the similarity between the artwork Rogers' photography and Jeff Koons' work are the sitting position of the people. The woman and man are sitting at the long chairs while their arms is full of puppies. The second is hairstyle. The both of them are same of the hairstyle. The woman are short haircut and men are full of white hair. The clothing. They are wearing the same of the cloth, which is the t-shirt, and the next is the numbers of puppies. They have the same of the numbers of puppies. Action of the puppies also is the same. And the difference between the Art Rogers photography and Jeff Koons' work are the Koons state that he has developed a complete new form by creating the sculpture, and there he is adding the additional of color and the dices spotting from the people's hair and ears, and a bright blue cast on the puppies.
Hello, my name is Yeviona Moh, matrix number 68122. I'm going to present about the outcomes of the case. On appeal, the court affirmed that the defendant, which is artist Kuhn, was not entitled to a defense of fair use. The court found too many similarities between the two images, which are presented by the previous presenter Ariel, and it is easy for anyone to tell and detect the copy. Therefore, Kuhn's defense was rejected under the argument that the artwork was done in bad faith, primarily for profit-making motives, since he did earn a lot of money by selling the copied artworks. Plus, he did not constitute a parody of the original work. So basically, it is considered as an act of stealing other people's works and claiming it as your own. The Copyright Act 1987 has clearly stated that an infringement occurs when a person does something without the license or permissions or consent of the copyright owner. So consequently, Kuhn's defense was rejected and was given penalty to pay a settlement to Rogers.
My name is Iveli Anat Chang. Metric number is 65919. I will be presenting on the conclusion. This case allows us to be as original as possible when publishing, creating, or printing our works. This is due to the fact that copyright infringement is a violation of the copyright rules for which a person will be sued for taking others' works or ideas without giving a proper credit to the owners. Copying an idea is easy, but it is a serious thing to the creator as it will be unfair and unethical for someone else to take the ideas without permission. Besides, copyright is not only limited to artworks created by famous artists. It also includes works done in most of our daily life, either in schools or workplace, such as artworks, assignments, academic projects, research, and so on. We should keep in mind that here is no limit to creativity and ideas if we really give our efforts. There is never a shortcut for ideas. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.
My name is Bong Chishan with the matrix number of 60562. So for the title, the artist resale right a fair due for visual artists. There are 4 causes. For the first one, although there are around 80 countries recognize the right, but still plenty of the other countries, including major art markets such as the United States and China, do not. After that, based on the article, WIPO Director General Francis Gary said that the digital environment and the globalization of markets present both vulnerabilities and opportunities, and it is appropriate that they are considered how they might address the gaps that exist in connections with the artist resource right. Furthermore, while the value of the African art market has risen more than 1,000-fold since 2017, the artists responsible for these works rarely receive any of the benefit of their commercial success. For the last one, in the year of 1920, concerned about the welfare of the artists and their families, lawmakers introduced the artist resource right to establish that the artists and their heirs receive a share of the increasing commercial value of the artworks. The origin of the rights can be traced back to the experience of the French painter Jean-François Millet's family, who at first sold his painting named The Angelus for around $100. But 15 years later, after his death, the Angelus sold around $150,000. The seller made the high profit, but the artist's family was on the breadline, prompting lawmakers to act.
I'm Chang Bun Fee, 65621. For the topic that I discuss is the effects on the artist's resale right. The artist's resale right is a bad idea for the artist due to many detrimental effects on the global art markets. For example, the lowering prices, sales volume reduce, and causes the market less competitive. For example, all the artists who do not have a resale market will suffer since their purchases because they will rather pay less in the primary market rather than affect the possible future royalty. The different concept of a royalty fee seems to take into consideration about the currencies or additional costs of the collectors, such as conservation costs. Therefore, the royalty is an obstacle and not an encouragement for the collection of the modern artwork of their artists. The resale royalty will reduce the number of the exhibition of the inexperienced artists.
My name is Ong Yun Bing, metric number 67432. The first artist resale right was enhanced a law provided by France in 1920 due to a concern about the welfare of the artists and their family. Lawmakers introduced the artist resale right to ensure the artists and their had received a share of the increasing commercial value of their artwork. This happened to a family of the French painter who initially sold his painting The Angelus for around 100 USD, but the painting was sold about 150,000 USD after the 50 years of his death. The seller made a handsome profit, but the artist's family was still prompting lawmakers to help. The right was incorporated into a Berlin Convention in 1948, but the optional base and was enshrined in European Union law with the Resale Right Directive in year 2001.
My name is Zachary Lau, matrix number 68151. The experienced country with efficient schemes emphasize the role of collective management organizations, CMOs. CMOs can enable unhindered, clear, and well-organized application of resale royalty schemes and reduce the burden of art market. Mark Stevens mentioned that it is time for people to establish collecting society communities to give encouragement to those in growing communities and from the global south to improve. People now could organize societies with the knowledge of sharing and practical support that can be given to all those that might benefit. In order to regain reality due to artists and their heirs, greater transparency in the art market is needed to help and collective management organizations. Art professionals can easily upload their documents straight away with cost-effective online reporting systems. They can also monitor the resale of their work. This system can help to capture the statistics and support tracking of the market drifts. Mark Stevens also mentioned that most of the people do not make returns to the collecting society when they are making secondary and tertiary sales. People are not allowed to go in and audit their books. Matt Lindbergh agreed that people need powerful spot to collect payment because it is not only about the artist entitled to get paid, but also about the respect for the right and organizations. It is also important to construct recognition about the resale right among creators and the art market. Professionals, especially in countries with developing collective management organization or places where rights does not exist yet. That's all from me.
Hi, my name is Chong Hui Ting, matrix number 65657, and I'm going to present about my conclusion. In conclusion, resale rights for artists is a negativity around the world that has affected especially among the original artists, but yet, not many people knows and cares about it. These resellers are taking advantage on the hard workers and does not create the artwork on their own. At the same time, customers are really actually interested in fake work so they can purchase them and support the fake work industries without even knowing. Lower prices are the factor that made customers buy fake artwork. The stealers rises and the original falls, and eventually, original artists would no longer wanting to create anything anymore. Thank you.